when A&M goes back and looks at this regular season and looks back at this season, they've got to be able to pinpoint what has gone wrong with the slow starts in the first half. It's been a recurring theme throughout the season. And you look at the Colorado game, you look at the Mississippi State loss, the Arkansas loss, the Ole Miss loss, now LSU. A&M has not done a good job of most of the season of starting games fast, and that's put them in too many holes, got them away from what they want to do, which is run the ball, control the game, control the clock. And when you're down double digits in the first half and double digits early in the second half, it takes you out of what you want to do as an offense and as a scheme. And that's something that I think they're going to have to take a long look at in the offseason is just what has gone into these slow starts. Is there something that needs to change about the pregame routine, and just figure out what the cause behind that is, because it's just happened over and over this season. And again, I thought the defense played great in the second half, but at that time, you just leave yourself too little margin for error, where A&M just couldn't quite come up with a stop late. But frankly, I mean, they limit them to 120 yards through the air over the second half, and did a lot better job in the running game. But there were issues in the first half defensively for A&M. When you look at the touchdown, they made it 17-7. As good of an effort as that is, and credit to Trey Palmer, you cannot let a screen go 61 yards for a touchdown. And there was just poor tackling on that play. There was poor tackling in space that led to some of those issues. And then this is something that has popped up throughout the season. It popped up against Ole Miss when A&M really struggled there as well, struggled against Arkansas in terms of tackling in space. So these are some of the things when A&M looks back at this season and an 8-4 mark, there are some certain recurring themes that are gonna continue to come back to, and it was tackling in open space, getting off to fast starts, being able to control the running game, can control the line of scrimmage, things that Jimbo Fisher often talks about. A&M just didn't quite do it consistently enough this season, and it's the reason they're sitting with 4 losses. They put themselves in holes, put themselves behind the chains, and you can't do that with an inexperienced quarterback starting his first season and someone that's still growing into position. He's not at a position, in the past, maybe Kellen Mond can bail you out of some of those positions, but when you look at this game, you need to be able to control the line of scrimmage. And even looking at A&M's win against Alabama, they got off to a fast start, were able to control the line of scrimmage, got the running game going, and really controlled the game from there. And even they struggled in the second half. It's just this team has not been able to string 60 minutes together, whether it's a good first half and a bad second half, or a bad first half, which has been often, and then having to dig yourself out of a hole in the second half. There's just too little margin for error, and I think that's something that's certainly going to be a point of something of note that A&M is going to have to look back in the offseason and figure out the why heading into next year, where the hope is obviously they'll be healthier